sacks this year. In fact, he was voted to the Pro Bowl this week.
One of the two Eagles, the other Eric Allen.
Whereas this is Fuller's second year. Eric Allen's 5th year is selected to the Pro Bowl.
Just look at that picture. And the two guys, no names. I think you'd know who was the lineman, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and you'd also know who the defensive back is.
Yeah.
If you watch the replay here, you're going to see William Fuller. He's number 95. He goes for the ball there. He doesn't get it, and then he just collides. That's just helmet to helmet.
Hit Andy Harmon.
With Andy Harmon, his own man. So you go there. He's not going for the sack. He's going for the ball to knock the ball out of Dave Brown's hand, and then number 91, his own guy, Andy Harmon, just runs into him helmet to helmet. Look at that. Wow.
In addition to hurting, that is so loud when that happens. Can't believe the noise.
Yeah, William Fuller's still trying to figure out which way his neck is supposed to turn. See, if you get it way over to the left, you may get it back on straight.
10-0. The Eagles lead 2nd and 1.
But I mean, that is some lick. I mean, when a guy like Andy Harmon hits you and knocks you crooked, and they're still checking,
still trying to get
shoulder
straight.
And head, and you don't mind it. You know, if you got it on a good hit on the other guy, but when you got it on a good hit on your own guy, it's not a pitch.
Needed a yard, and Rodney Hampton got it. First down, Giants. 5:12. I beg your pardon. 4:25 left to play. 5:12 is the time of day.
There's John Booty.
Dan Reeves has done a remarkable job keeping his Giant team together after that 7-game losing streak. 1st and 10. Fuller's back. Here's the motion. Brown gets it out to Howard Cross. Howard Cross lowered his head, and they'll move the sticks. He got a first down.
Yeah, here's Howard Cross here. He's just going to come up and run a short out. Kind of everyone goes to the right. Howard Cross is back here on this back side, and he knows that he's on a linebacker there, that William Thomas has to be the first guy there. And if a play fake, if you can hold Thomas, then Cross has a chance to get a first down for you.
And he did. 1st and 10 at the Eagle 45. Hampton. Maybe a yard. Hit by Fuller.
Yeah, Fuller just had a stinger on that play before, but he looked like he could have gotten another stinger on that play. This is what it's like when you don't get guys blocked up in front. The offensive line is not controlling the line of scrimmage. And they're allowing too much penetration, and the Giant offensive line has done that all day.
Fuller had to come out. Bert Grossman took his place. 2nd and 10. Brown back to throw. Callaway.
Yeah, when Fuller hit Andy Harmon, he got what they call a stinger. And they put him back in, and then he made another hit, and he looks like he still has that stinger. That's
still burning.
Yeah, like one side of your shoulder and arm goes numb all the way down the side.
3rd and 5. Excuse me, John. Gary Downs in the backfield for the Giants now with Dave Meggett. Dave Brown back to throw it. Gets it to Meggett. Meggett gets all the way to the Eagle 14, where he's wrestled down by Greg Jackson, the ex-Giant. 2 minutes to go in the first half at Veterans Stadium, and the Eagles lead the Giants 10-0. But the Giants on the move.
Meggett is always going to win this battle. Here he is against Bill Romanowski. You always look for that to get a guy like Dave Meggett on any linebacker. Bill Romanowski, a pretty good cover guy, but if you can get him that, Dave Meggett is going to win those battles. and then they didn't tackle him. Romanowski missed him, then William Thomas came across and missed him. But a lot of guys over the years have missed Dave Meggett.
You give him that option coming out of the backfield, he can go either way.
Yeah, and especially if he's on a linebacker like he was on Romanowski with no help, and he can go either way, but he'll eat him up all day.
Yeah. You can't allow that to continue to happen.
Giants hope so.
First and 10. Here's Dave Brown back to throw it. Incomplete. Almost intercepted. Rodney Hampton had to go right through his hands, and Greg Jackson tried to get the ricochet.
The pass protection is pretty good. You know, the Giant offensive line is having most of their trouble with their run blocking. They get him a lane, and he just goes right through his hands. And that wasn't Dave Brown's fault. That wasn't the pass protection's fault.
Second and 10. A minute 51 left to play in the first half. Rashid goes in motion, and Brown back to throw it, stumbles, and down he goes.
That could have been a fumble. I'll tell you, Rodney Hampton made a pretty good block there. Britt Hager was coming on a blitz. And Dave Brown was kind of fumbling the ball, and if Hampton didn't pick up Hager just to keep him enough so Brown would be able to get the ball. But watch, here's Rodney Hampton here. Britt Hager is going to come straight up the middle. See Britt Hager right there. If Hampton didn't keep him off of Brown for that time, that would have been the Eagles' ball.
Brown tripped over Hampton's foot as he came back.
Maybe that's why Hampton blocked Britt Hager.
Maybe so.
Save himself from total embarrassment.
Marshall was the man in motion. Fumble. And the Eagles, Eric Allen gets it on the fly. Eric Allen, and he's got a wall of blockers if they can catch him. A lot of circles, a lot of dancing, and the Eagles have the ball.
Yeah, it seems like we've been doing these games for years, Pat. These Giant Eagle games, and there's always weird things happening. You think all the way back to the Pisarcik play. You think of the Simmons play. I mean, you think of just balls bouncing around and guys running wild. It always seems to happen when the Giants and the Eagles play. Here, Meggett has a nice hole and a nice run. He just fumbles the ball there when he's hit by three guys. Eric Allen picks it up, and then he almost had the wall right there to go all the way. I don't know why he cut back. If he would have stayed outside, it would have been interesting.
That's what I saw. He cut back. I wonder how far he ran after he initially got the ball.
We've measured those things before. I don't know that we can do it now, but I would say he ran 130 yards. You know, just by looking at it just here. See, here's Meggett here. He's making a move. See, he didn't really have the ball away. And when he got hit, the ball just flopped out. Now, see, there's 50 he runs. Now he goes back and feels 50 yards wide. So when he gets back over to this side, that's about another 40, so that's 90. Then he cuts back there. That's another 10. That's 100.
And then there's another circle.
Yep, there's 105. About 109.
You just have a feel for those things. 109 yards.
109 yards Eric Allen ran.
30-yard return. There's another return. What is that?
You know, when guys get hit and you get interceptions and you got guys walking off, it's just stuff flies out of guys.
What was that, a tire?
No, it was just stuff that fell out. I mean, when you have all the contact that you get on a play like that, pieces just fall off of everything.
Well,
that one was a good hit, though. I mean, look at that. That one's still going. Whoever hit that one.
That looks like something that hit the earth in New Mexico or something. Dug a hole. William Roberts.
Hey, those Eagles play, they always have. I mean, they've lost 5 in a row, and I think that Rich Kotite is right. That, you know, that sometimes you lose a whole bunch of games in a row, and a team can get down and let up and not try. But this team plays hard. They'll hit you.
Minute and 3 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass intended for Walker, incomplete. Thomas Randolph, the defender, William Roberts over on the sideline. He's been bothered by a bad back.
Yeah, he hurt his back 2 weeks ago lifting weights. Only played a little last week. I think he played 1 series is all, and it didn't work out. And I think that's the problem with that left side of that Giant line is William Roberts with a bad back and lining up right next to Jumbo Elliott, who also has a bad back, and had a little trouble over there with Mike Flores and Bert Grossman in his first half.
Brister to Walker. Flag on the play. Walker out of bounds.
One thing, the Giants have been kept off balance. I mean, they got things going, and then when they got them going 2 times, they've had those turnovers. Like any coach will tell you, that's the killer.
Word on William Roberts as the umpire, the referee have a meeting. He has a bruised hip, holding against the Eagles. Gordon McCarter.
Holding number 89 in the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, second down.
That's Calvin Williams. You know, he's the one that had that 15-yard penalty earlier for the fight with Flippy Sparks, and then he just got one for holding here. Usually wide receivers don't do those kind of things. Those are usually offensive linemen that hold and fight.
2nd and 14. 51 seconds left to play in the first half. The Eagles up 10-0. Brister out in the direction of James Joseph. Stops with 46 seconds left.
I think he was trying the same type of play. You know, that slip screen where you fake and then you throw the screen quickly out to the side. He tried it to the left and he had some success with it, but he also had a penalty with it. So they came back and ran the same type of play to the right. Rich Kotite calls all the plays. He gives them to Zeke Bratkowski, who then calls them in to Bubby Brister.
3rd and 14. Giants have 1 timeout left. The Eagles have all of theirs. Here comes the blitz. Brister just throws it deep to Victor Bailey. Incomplete. And the Eagles will have to punt. Coming up on the Dockers halftime, James and Terry will have all the scores and highlights from around the league on this 16th week of the '94 NFL season. That's all coming up on the Dockers halftime. Both these teams, the Eagles and the Giants, need to win this one. High kick. That signal for by Meggett. Flags come flying again as Meggett was run into just as he signaled for the fair catch by Otis Smith.
Yeah, Dave Meggett is telling Otis Smith right there that he signaled for the fair catch. He was showing this is how I signal. Again, you have to get the hand up in the air, though, and give a waving signal back and forth. But even if he didn't give it, the guy coming down has to give him the right to catch the ball. He can't interfere with his right to catch the ball.
Don't need a committee meeting for that.
I think what they're talking about is whether he did give a good fair catch signal.
15 yards from the spot of the foul.
Well,
let's see. We'll see it here. You see Dave Meggett, he gets 2 watches. He watches the ball, then he looks at the rush, then he comes down and looks at the ball again. But he did give a valid fair catch signal. Yeah, Bubby Brister was excited about something over there on the sideline. I don't think he liked that call. He thought that was an invalid fair catch signal.
Brown drops on first down. Back across the field to Gary Down. I beg your pardon, Aaron Pierce. Pierce out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.